him. It hurts him so much. Like he begins asking, who is the person that had done this to him? Who is the person that had done this to him? And in a dream, Ikeola comes to him and she tells him that it was his death that she died. She died in his place. Honestly speaking, that exchange, I didn't understand it. I didn't get how she died his death. Is it because they were planning to kill him and she went against it and she got killed? Is that what she means by it? No, I don't think she died his death too. Everybody has their own day to die. Because, anyway, let me not rush. But that was what she said. And he was hurt. So he went to the creatures, he went to report the case that, you see, these are people that he helped. And look at what they did to Ikeola. See the way they acted to him. And the creatures told him that it is time for him to go back home. That he shouldn't be surprised because that's human nature. Humans don't know how to keep contracts. They don't know how to appreciate the goodness that people do to them. So he shouldn't spend his time on humans, right? He should just go with them and they go back to where they were coming from. Lisabi doesn't say anything. And the next morning, we see the other men who are plotting against him. We see them, they come to tell him that they are planning to give him a chieftaincy title because of the good works that he had done. But from the way Lisabi was answering them, from the interaction, we could see that Lisabi already knew what they were planning against him. He sort of knew, right? But he just went along with it. Oh, chieftaincy title, right? So he said he's going to accept it. He said he accepted the chieftaincy title. So that day came, they addressed him in this wonderful regalia. He had gone to the place to collect a chieftaincy title. So he was supposed to cross this particular path. And then he just stood at a certain point. And he started to say that he knows what they have planned for him. He knows that they have planned his death. But that's because of what, and he knows that they are betrayers, right? They are betrayers who are pretending to be his friends. But he's not going to be angry at the whole of Egba people because he knows it's not the whole Egba people who are against him. It's only those people. And so they are going to receive punishment for their behavior. And we see that he knew that there was a pit dug in front of him and he jumped into the pit. That's where the movie ends. So I was surprised at that ending because for him to have said they are going to suffer for the decision that they made, I was expecting that the punishment for their behavior was supposed to be shown. It wasn't shown, so I was quite surprised. So what can I say overall, right? Overall, this part 2, it was a letdown, honestly speaking. Because compared to the part 1, I don't know, this one was sort of, it was rushed. And it was too short, that's another thing, it was too short. My opinion is that the movie shouldn't have been split, it should have just been one part. So I would just watch everything and end it there. So this part 2 was really, really short. A lot of things were not fully explained. Like, I don't know, it was just a letdown. Yes, and another thing that I noticed, right? Like I said earlier, we don't know what happened that Lisabi's mother was chased by assailants. And then we get to see that Lisabi's father is still alive. Like, I don't know if you get it. If people are against or if people are after his wife's life and she dies, like what was the husband there for? You know, this is like what century now? This is like in the past. It's not like nowadays that marriages are just anyhow. So something can be happening to the wife and the husband will not know. It wasn't like that in those days. So is it that the parents were not together? Or it just wasn't explained. The family synergy wasn't there the way it's supposed to be, right? As far as I'm concerned, the time and relationship that Lisabi has with his real life father is not as much as the time and relationship that he had with the creatures. Because when I watched it in part 1, when I watched part 1 and I saw that he brought the creatures to help the people that he wanted to follow him to battle, right? I saw the creatures and I just assumed that Lisabi was not even a human being. That's what I assumed. That he was like Ebora. He was also an Ebora as well. Like the other, that's why I said there are some words that you can't have the direct translation in English because I'm just calling creatures, but creatures is not the real word. So I thought he was an Ebola like them as well, that always used to change form. Omar Rapada, how they say it in Yoruba, he changes form. That's why I thought. So I was not surprised in this part 2 that he happens to have a human father and a human mother, and the family synergy is not there as well. It's like the mother was living on her own, doing her own thing, and the father was living on his own, doing his own thing. Honestly, it was a letdown, and it hurt so much. It hurt so much because I really wanted it to be possible better than the part 1, but because I really, really enjoyed the part 1, I really, really loved the part 1. Everybody delivered their roles in that first part. That's about this review. See you in the next one.